Being naughty has its advantages, but when push comes to shove, even bad guys have to do the right thing. Well, at least sometimes. Here is a list of some of those bad guys having an attack of conscience. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon for, well, you know the drill. Alright, let's get started. Number 1. My favorite, Megamind. Megamind lusts for power, money, fame, the fear of masses. When everyone who mocked or laughed at him bows in terror, he will finally be satisfied, or so he thinks. And then he gets what he wants. Like an excellent Greek tragedy, after fulfilling his dreams, Megamind realizes that his ambitions don't exactly fulfill him. He discovers that he doesn't want what he thought he wanted. He's a villain, yes, and he needs to be challenged. He misses his old adversary Metro Man. Money and fame are just minor trinkets. This is not what excites him. He's Megamind, and he needs a challenge. This is what leads him to create Titan. The creation of Titan is what turns him into a good guy. That and his true love. The pursuit of love brings out the softy in him. And we get to meet the closer to human character of Megamind. The struggle between good and bad is an integral part of his personality, but overall, he's one lovable character. Number 2. Venom. Unlike most villains, Venom didn't start off looking to become rich or rule the world. It was all about revenge for the alien symbiote that's connected with Eddie Brock. Both the symbiote and Brock felt that Spider-Man had destroyed their lives, and together they wanted to destroy him. But Eddie's moral and religious beliefs meant that Venom would not kill anyone but Spider-Man, paving the way for him to become a hero. When the Carnage symbiote connected with Cletus Cassidy, Venom teamed up with Spider-Man to stop the Madman. Soon, Eddie Brock and the symbiote left New York for San Francisco, where they start their heroic career. Number 3. Nebula. Marvel likes to do the whole turn a villain good thing all too often. I could have mentioned the Winter Soldier, but he went from good to bad and back to good again, and he wasn't altogether bad, just brainwashed to begin with. We also could have gone with Wanda, who first fights the Avengers and then ends up joining them. In the end though, in my opinion, Nebula made the biggest turn from evil to good. She was clearly all bad for the first few films, before reconciling with her sister Gamora, and fighting against their collective enemy, their father Thanos. Number 4. T-800. Arnold Schwarzenegger is menacing as the villain in The Terminator. The 80s original is a violent but impressive horror thriller. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character T-800 was a soulless killing machine that sends shivers down my spine. Then in 1991, they had a change of heart and decided to turn The Terminator into an action epic. Schwarzenegger's T-800 is not the villain anymore, but on the side of Sarah and John Connor. The new evil robot on the block is the T-1000, a new liquid metal robot played by Robert Patrick. Number 5. Apollo Creed. How can this list even exist without Apollo Creed? Rocky is one of the best underdog stories of our time, and the Goliath to his David is Apollo Creed. Famously, in the first movie, Apollo wins the fight. Rocky and Creed face off again in Rocky 2, and this time Balboa gets the win. By the third movie, Rocky is calling in Apollo to train him to help him beat Clubber Lang. Creed's character turns around so much that when Ivan Drago kills him in Rocky 4, it becomes a truly tragic moment in cinema history. Number 6. Anton Ego. Anton Ego is a food critic whose whole purpose is to be the menacing force driving Remy and Linguini to be exquisite chefs that they were meant to be. Ratatouille turned all of us nostalgic for a meal Ego's mother had made for him in his childhood. He begins as the cause of the demise of the restaurant, but ends as one of its main supporters and a seemingly overall happier man in the process. Number 7. Maleficent. In the Disney classic Sleeping Beauty from 1959, the character of Maleficent is an evil witch that casts a spell on baby Aurora. Then the story is turned on its head in 2014 in the live-action movie Maleficent. The aforementioned villain snatches baby Aurora to punish her old lover and curses his only daughter with a spell she casts at the time of her birth, which is set to happen on her 16th birthday. As Aurora ages, Maleficent grows fond of her and tries to warn her of the curse, and ultimately seeks a way to reverse it. She ends up being the one to break the curse on Aurora, and in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, she sacrifices herself for her, proving to become the good guy whether she liked it or not. Number 8. Deadpool. A lot of people might disagree with me, but hear me out. Deadpool is an anti-hero of sorts from the Marvel Comics universe. A potty-mouthed, trigger-happy mercenary highly trained in martial arts and swordsmanship. Deadpool's real name is Wade Wilson. He's been given accelerated healing powers, making him essentially immortal. When he first appeared, he acted as a villain of the New Mutants and X-Force before becoming a slightly more heroic figure later on. Stress on slightly, please. Hey, the world isn't black and white. Our friend Mr. Deadpool, shall we say, lies in the gray bits. Number 9. The Scorpion King. Dwayne Johnson is now one of the biggest movie stars in Hollywood, but it all had to start somewhere. One of his first appearances was in The Mummy Returns, where he shows up as the CGI Scorpion King. This paved the way for Johnson's first lead role in 2002's The Scorpion King. The villain, with the help of a beautiful sorceress, would rise to become the greatest warrior in the ancient world. Admittedly, it's not a great movie, and the early Scorpion King CGI doesn't hold up. But it gave Johnson his first chance at acting. Number 10. Loki. Loki, the god of mischief. He is like a kid hanging out the window and dropping water balloons on people. But his mischief knows no limits. Loki does what he feels is right based on the situation he's in. He was born a frost giant but was adopted by Odin when he was just a child and was raised as a prince alongside Thor. Loki's first appearance was in Thor 2011 and in the Avengers series Infinity War. From the villain to one of the most heartbreaking deaths, Loki toes the line of that morally challenged hero who has a change of heart and changes to good when he faces Thanos to save humanity. We hope you enjoyed our lineup. If so, then do give us a thumbs up. Keep watching your screen for more fun content. Thanks for watching.